Hello again, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we catch, cultivate, and breed wild fungi like they're Pokemon. Today's episode is a soft continuation of our last episode with the peach cap. We will be using the results of that video to talk about grain spawn today because Healthy Seal here had a question. If you guys have any questions at all, it doesn't matter how simple or small, just let me know and we can take care of that. Now the first part of this video is not going to involve the grain spawn itself, but actually the peach cap mycelium on a plate, but I'm going to be demonstrating that you can pretty much use grain spawn as a supercharged sample to inoculate things. That's pretty much the point of grain spawn in the first place, is to help it overcome the time that it takes to colonize wood substrate. But you can also take that and apply it to a petri dish. You can apply it to your slants, and we'll be demonstrating how to do that today, starting with the classic dish to dish. So, I'm just gonna cut a sample straight off the corner where the mycelium is still dividing, and that's really important because if I were to take it from like the middle where it's not the outer edge, where it's like a fresh division, that sample back there behind the outer line it's a little bit older than the front line that's moving out the outer edge, like the edge of the mycelial petal. Now if a petri dish is a normal pokeball, the slant is the master ball because it can hold a sample for years at a time without drying out. And that's why we pretty much want to, as soon as we capture a new species, we want to get it into a slant as soon as we know that it's sterile. And since we switched a sample from one plate to another last episode, and we have this as the result, it shows that it's clean because the pattern is consistent, and we can move that to a slant now. With those transfers done, we're going to wrap these plates up, get them out of the way, and make some space so that we can play around with this grain spawn. We'll be moving it not only to more petri dishes, but also to a few other mediums. And in the next episode, you guys will be able to see just how far it's come in just maybe like 6 or 7 days. We'll see how long it takes. Of course, we're going to sanitize all of our stuff, and I'm just going through my order of operations here to figure out what to do first. Yeah, I knocked the camera there too. I ultimately decided to go with the wood substrate first because it's going to allow me to knock free those grains and get them nice and individual so I can pick them out later. So we're going to go with 2 jars of wood substrate, and I'm just going to pour like half the jar in there. Now I don't need to put that much, and someone pointed that out before, but we're putting this much because the tighter the ratio of grain spawn to substrate, which is the wood substrate, the tighter that ratio, the faster it will colonize, so the faster it will fruit. Just there, I popped out a really big piece of grain spawn that was stuck together, and it was way too big for a petri dish. I threw it back in and then threw another one out, and I like the size of that one a lot better, and I decided to go ahead with that. The reason that you don't want to use too much grain spawn on a dish is because the mycelium will actually put out so much CO2 that they will kind of choke on it, and it'll keep them dormant, and then what will happen is bacteria will find its way into the grain, and you're pretty much just going to get a bunch of bacteria. So try to stick to a few grains at a time. Now when going grain to grain like I'm showing here, and this is a really kind of redundant way to do it because I'm putting the same amount in there, but I'm just showing that any amount of grain spawn that you put in with sterile grains, it will essentially duplicate it. So you could put colonized grain spawn at a 150 ratio, and then you would have the 50. Or you could do like 1 to 100, but then it's going to take forever. So I like to do a 110 to 120 ratio when I'm sprinkling grains. So try to keep that in mind if you ever want to keep your stuff as grain spawn to go in any direction. So just like here, I'm taking single pieces of the grain spawn, and I'm very intentionally placing them on the petri dish. This is how I typically do it, but as long as you're remembering sterile technique and you're not reaching completely over your plates or anything, you can really just sprinkle them onto your plate like this. It doesn't have to be intentional like before, but you can kind of intentionally sprinkle it, and even that amount of grain on the plate, that's fine. But if you have a big ball of it, it typically won't work out. They tend to stall. Got another example here. I'm just gonna take one out. And instead of going to the plate here, we typically want to have like 2 slants of each species in case one goes bad or something. So you can actually take a piece of grain spawn and drop it in there too, but still be very careful that that piece is not too big because it can stall. I've seen that happen quite a bit. But yeah, they're pretty much made equal. We're gonna check in on these a little later, and they'll be fully colonized, probably completely white on the top, and then we can put them in the fridge. So bare minimum, from a single jar, you're gonna get another jar out of it. You're gonna get a substrate bag that's gonna turn into a fruiting block. You're gonna get plates, slants, more grain. It's pretty much an infinite process. And we still have to talk about prepping your grain spawn. I see a lot of people struggling with this part, but it's actually super simple. You just have to follow a few steps. Having a pressure cooker is crucial here, and it's gonna really make you succeed consistently, and that's what it's all about. And if we're gonna talk about grain spawn prep, then we have to talk about substrate. That's going to be for another episode. Thank you guys for stopping by. If you got this deep into the video, definitely hit that like button. Helps the channel a lot. Lets me know that you guys are watching. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys really soon. Talk to you later.